used as biofertilizer. Unforgivable. Lured them with the Floral Expo. Signal scrambled? Danger. Give you ticket. Help me.
To the Floral Expo. Just a kind soul, here to talk you out of making a bad decision. I meant you shouldn't go to the Floral Expo. Haven't you heard the terrifying rumors about it? Oh, you poor, clueless soul. Consider yourself lucky you ran into me. Let me open your eyes to the spine-chilling truth behind it all. Hopefully I scare you off enough to get that ticket for myself. Nothing! Welcome to Horror Story 101. Late at night, strange noises are always heard at the Floral Expo. Probably because there's... Also, 3 friends went in together, but only 2 came out. Tough crowd. I guess it's time to bring out the big guns. And get this! There's a rumor that a mad scientist cultivated a mutant man-eater plant that feeds on poor visitors every single day, turning them into biofertilizer. Scared you, huh? If you decide not to go to the Floral Expo, I guess I could reluctantly take that ticket off your hands. What? Seriously? I ran into a weirdo today. Don't you know? In 99% of horror movies and thriller novels, disaster strikes only after the protagonist ignores all the warnings and moves into some creepy house out in the middle of nowhere. Of course not! I'm just being nice. Fine, you got me. I've been staking out the ticket page 3 hours early every day, and I still couldn't land a ticket. Heck, I didn't even get any merch. So, yeah, this is my last resort, okay? You really know nothing. Native plants in Kylo are super rare, and every year at the Mastona Floral Expo, they showcase rare, hard-to-see plants from the Ore Zero Zone. For the people of the Ore Zero Zone, this is one of the only big events we get, so of course it causes a stir. This year's Floral Expo is extra special. It's sponsored by the director of Anchor Infinity, Leo Wilder. Rumor has it the exhibit is packed with new and exotic species. I only know the basics. The Ore Zero Zone can be a bit dull, but if you pay attention, there's a lot to learn. If you're moved by my dedication, how about expressing your gratitude with that ticket? Ugh, alright, good luck. Don't get eaten by the man-eater plants. Hey, girl over there! Wait up!
Welcome to the Mastona Floral Expo. Please present your ticket and I'll register your personal information. Match confirmed. Before you officially begin your Floral Expo tour, Y89. Due to high attendance, our system uses ticket codes for identity verification to make management easier. I'm terribly sorry if that made you feel uncomfortable. To make it up to you, please enjoy this complimentary tranquil tea. Then I wish you a lovely time at the expo. Welcome to the Mastona Floral Expo, themed on new beginnings and the vision of connection. This Floral Expo showcases a variety of rare flowers kindly provided by Helix Bio Inc. Cultivated through the hybridization of Ada plants and Astro plants, these plants hold both decorative and research value. If you're interested in any of the exhibits, please reach out to our staff. We hope you discover a wonder that is uniquely yours. Enjoy your time here. Oh, my dear, you look positively bursting with life. Must be nice, not having to deal with the burden of wealth. I'm envious, really. Oh, then maybe you can name a price for those lovely eyes of yours. Relax, dear, it's just a joke. You're not the flower I'm looking for today.
Well, if it weren't for that golden tea vine, I'd never set foot in this dump. Even the artificial air smells cheap. This place is nothing like Brighton. If you don't mind, could you keep your distance? People like you trigger my allergies.
If you move without asking, I can't guarantee I'll be gentle. Why, I'm tending to my poor patient, of course. Now, hold still. There's always a price to pay for a quick recovery.
Ow! It hurts! Oh, my bones!
I am helping others, in a way, but perhaps not quite the way you imagined. If we were at my clinic right now, I'd be tempted to open up your skull and see how your brain works. After all, how else can I explain an imagination as extraordinary as yours?
Man-eater plant? Are there really man-eater plants here? Isn't that just an urban myth? I knew I shouldn't have come here.
Calm down and don't squirm. If you hurt your wrist, we'll have to repeat the whole examination.
I'm calm now. I hesitated for days, but my hand hurts like hell. I had no choice. Those things cost more than I'd earn in 10 years. Only some sucker from the Brighton zone would waste money like that. If it weren't for that digital flyer from the Helix Biolab, I wouldn't have bothered coming. They threw in a free Floral Expo ticket. Yeah, that's the one, Helix Bio. Word is their research institute's digging into some kind of disease, and apparently they give special benefits to Or-Zero patients like me. If you sign up as a medical volunteer to test new meds, you get treatment for free. No strings attached, or so they claim. Yeah. I thought it was weird too. I mean, what kind of company sets up a research institute inside a Floral Expo? And the whole man-eater plant legend? That's terrifying. Blame the hospital. Their treatments cost a fortune. So when the research institute invited me, I figured I'd come here and give it a shot.
That's it! The examination's essentially done. Your condition isn't as bad as it seems. Just head to the hospital for more bone reset therapy. 2 sessions should do it.
It's really that simple? Whew, what a relief. I'm so glad I ran into you before heading to that weird research institute. Thanks for helping. And sorry for thinking you were sketchy at first.
Maybe I really am sketchy. What if I'm a man-eater plant that transformed into a human? If you don't leave quickly...
Don't scare me like that. You're too nice for that. Anyway, I better get going. Number? What number? Oh, that one. Y29? Wait, why are you suddenly asking me that? Oh, don't tell me it's some kind of order for the man-eater plant to eat us.
So, you finally caught on. Looks like we need to have a little chat, Y89. Need to catch your breath? It's safe here for now, so no need for that serious face. Pity. I had 3 different opening lines prepared to ease us into this conversation gently. Guess I won't be needing any of them after all. After all, you've already realized there's a problem with those numbers, haven't you? Why make such a basic mistake? Because it isn't a mistake at all. It was intentional. Because to those people, visitors with numbered tickets are the exhibits. They're for sale too. Yep, buying flowers is just a cover. What they're really after is something else. Something priceless. And as for the seller behind those items, remember Helix Bio? Sponsoring the Or-Zero Floral Expo just to build up meaningless goodwill? That's not what they're really about. Its full name is Helix Bio Inc., and they're a pharmaceutical subsidiary of Anchor Infinity. Their corporate mission is to provide health equaled in value to the amount of credits a customer is willing to pay. Their so-called free treatment has strings attached. That guy has to be a guinea pig in their trials. That's what Helix Bio takes in place of a medical fee. Also, they never promised they'd actually protect that fragile life. In fact, they might worsen the illness or cause terrifying side effects. But in the end, only one thing is certain: death. This is the dirty secret they leave out of their guarantees. The effects of intense Lorentz flux on gene expression in Kylian humans. Sorry, I should have phrased that differently. You probably know this already, but the Kylians haven't been living on space stations for very long. Certainly not long enough to be fully adapted to life in space. When space radiation starts messing with human genes, around 15 years ago, a disease called Starstone Syndrome quietly emerged. Its symptoms manifest in different ways: brain, internal organs, nerves, blood vessels. Radiation picks its target, and the patient just withers away in agony, like a flower cut off from its roots. Helix Bio, the gold standard of Kylo's medical community, discovered a therapy for Starstone Syndrome thanks to a researcher named Eloise Wilder. The special med they developed has already saved countless lives. Now, with the emergence of Starstone Syndrome 2, Helix Bio has been handed yet another enormous business opportunity. So they rushed out a pricey special med, and to get ahead of competitors, they collected data on Or-Zero Zone residents, disguised the whole thing as this floral expo, and offered free treatment to lure test subjects to their deaths. Do you want to take a few deep breaths first? You look worse than I expected. You guessed half right. I am indeed one of them. A few weeks ago, I was invited here by Eloise Wilder, my former medical school mentor. She's now the director of the Helix Biolab and head of this top-secret project. She kept a lot of details hidden under the excuse of classified access, but she dangled just enough tempting keywords to reel me in. Autopsy work, anatomical specimens, complex neurosurgery, top-of-the-line medical equipment. It was mortifying. I acted just like Little Spring at 1% energy when she spots an energy station. But what I couldn't accept was how they treated human lives. Like disposable tools used and tossed aside. My initial excitement evaporated once I learned the truth. All that's left is regret and rage. I kept thinking about everything. What my parents taught me, the oath I swore when I first picked up a scalpel, the feeling of watching my patients recover. Recalling these made everything that happened in that lab even more unbearable. To be honest, contacting you was an accident at first. I just wanted Little Sprain to hack into the Or-Zero Zone's public records and delete the profiles of potential victims. That way, they would be safe. But obviously, even with the external decoder software, having a medical droid do this is kind of like trying to perform neurosurgery with a blade number 10. Within 5 minutes, Little Spring's central processor went haywire. Luckily, we didn't set off any alarms. Even luckier, I must have accidentally hit some log module by mistake, and that's when I heard your voice. That's also when I realized that merely erasing these records isn't the best solution. If I had someone to team up with and take action on the ground, things would go way smoother. So, I sent you a ticket, Y89. Whether it's the timing or your skill set, you're the best person for the job. It's just... I like those ideas, nice and simple, but unfortunately, they won't solve the real problem. It's... Oh no, a message from Eloise. She's noticed something off and is on her way here. Are you ready? Did you drink that flower tea? No, even just a slight whiff of it will cause the same symptoms. No choice now. I'll have to make this scene as convincing as possible, Y89. Trust me.
It seems everything's in place, Lechesis. Is Y89's physical examination report ready?
Yes, Director Wilder. Just as the records show, Y89 is highly compatible for this experiment. If we complete the allergy and rejection testing this week, we can proceed with...
We can't wait that long. Schedule Y89's neural brain test for tonight.
What? On such short notice? I mean, skipping standard protocols goes against lab regulations, right? You're joking, aren't you? Just like those spot checks you used to spring on me to make sure I'd memorized all the lab safety rules?
I wish it were a joke. Unfortunately, management has neither the time nor the patience for games. Forget the other routine assessments. Just inject the local blocker to bypass most checks. Stabilize the test subject and let us focus directly on the remaining neural assessments. You haven't forgotten that lesson I taught you, have you?
But I also remember you saying in med school that local blockers should only be used when there are signs of terminal failure. Otherwise, there's a risk of major complications, like internal bleeding during surgery. This is too risky. Did you decide this because the recent neural brain test reports fell short? Or are we running out of viable test subjects? Or is it pressure from the higher-ups?
You're surprisingly sharp about what's bothering me.
It's just a shame, isn't it? The higher-ups' heads are crammed so full of credits there's no room left to understand that early failures in experimentation are normal.
Now that we've finished criticizing them, maybe it's time we talk about your issues.
What do you mean by that?
You really don't know. Fine, let me spell it out. Lechesis, you never complete most of your reports. You give up partway through because of a few fluctuating readings. Someone also told me they saw you deep in conversation with Y29 at the Floral Expo. I'm very interested in what you two talked about. Perhaps that explains why Y29 still hasn't shown up for their procedure.
Please believe me, I'm not hiding anything. I ran a basic review of Y29's condition, and physically, they're not a good fit for the next round of neural trials. Considering the recent string of failures and how tight our medical resources are, we need to be more cautious going forward. We can't afford another casualty. We have to make sure the test subjects are truly viable before—
Relax. I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just saying that too many coincidences make me curious. I'm sure you can understand the spot I'm in. To prove what that thing can do, I need to deliver perfection. And fast. So tell me, can I count on you?
Confidence is a fragile thing. If you believe in my capabilities, then entrust the Y89 experiment to me.
Well said. Now, whether it's discontent or frustration, put those feelings away. And I have other matters to attend to. Y89 is all yours.
Understood. Ah, you're awake! Took you long enough. Me? I'm right next to you. Just teasing. Relax. I'm outside the lab handling a few things. I slipped a comms terminal into your ear earlier. It'll make it easier for us to talk from now on. A shadow market merchant put it up as collateral for the surgery bill. Never thought I'd actually use it. Pretty handy, huh? Private channel, instant messaging, impossible to track. Oh, and I heard you insulting me earlier. Well, if you're not in one of my specimen jars, then you're probably in Helix Biolab. That flower tea kicked in just at the right time. You passed out right before Eloise showed up. Saved you from a face-to-face inspection. Yeah, try standing up and walking around the lab a bit. It'll help clear your head, and the files in there should help you make sense of what's going on. Once we made contact, Little Spring urgently pulled the keyword Y89 from the external database and generated your archive. That perfect archive was a major reason the lab chose you. Already had several failed brain experiments. Helix Bio's higher-ups are practically out of patience, so Eloise is under serious pressure right now. The more stressed she is, the more likely she'll screw up, which gives us more chances to act. So, do you understand the situation you're in now? That would be amazing! Why didn't I think of that? But time is short, so let's stick to my original plan. Please, remain lying down. It monitors your brain's neural activity. The guy in the next bed came all the way from Brighton for treatment. Don't worry, he took a calming capsule. He could sleep through a carnival party. What you need to do now is switch places with him. I'll come get him soon and he'll go through all the scans and tests instead of you. He'll be our perfect decoy for Y89. Leave the lab as fast as you can, then head left. If luck's on your side, you'll dodge the patrols and go straight to the elevator. Just to the left of the elevator is the storage bay with the injection fluid. If luck isn't on your side, you'll have to pass through the detention cell and analysis lab, then make your way into Eloise's office. Her office also connects to the storage bay, just to store the injection fluid inside, and this whole nightmare ends. I already prepped the keycard to her office. It's right beside you. Just reach out and... Understood, Researcher Anna. The lab holding Y89 is just over there. Let's head over there now. Researcher Anna, I'll be assisting you with the upcoming inspection of Y89.
There's no need to be so formal, Miss Lechesis. It's so great to see you again. I'm glad we're working together.
Do you need a calming capsule first? Those hands of yours are shaking a bit too much for such delicate work.
Oh, no, I'm fine. Just really excited to see you again. Oh, wait. I should call you Researcher Lechesis at work. Anyway, the director sent me to assist you. I'll do my best. Now, let's go to the internal audit room. I'll support the inspection from outside.
Just as I suspected, Eloise is wary of me. That's why she sent this researcher to watch my every move. I need to stay sharp for the upcoming inspection. I can't let her uncover the truth.
Researcher Lechesis, please activate the detection device. Now, adjust the photon lens settings according to the parameters for this surgery. We need to confirm whether Y89's physical data matches the stored records and meets the client's expectations.
The real numbers won't quite match those in the Y89 file. To be safe, I'll set the photon lens calibration to 85% of the original. Wait, oh no!
Please activate the scanner. Wait, what was that sound? Did something happen to Y89? I need to go in there and check.
Researcher Anna, entering the internal audit room during scan violates protocol. Please remain calm. There was just a conflict between the device's secondary settings, which I've already corrected.
Oh, I see. Glad you stopped me. I nearly panicked. Let's keep going. Once the scan's done, you're free to come out. All done. That noise earlier really gave me a scare, but thanks to you, everything went smoothly. By the way, after work, do you mind if I pick your brain about a few things? Please?
Chatting with her should delay the surgery and buy some time. Turning down someone like you feels almost criminal, so if you insist...
Great! Please just call me Anna from now on.
Wait a second. Don't tell me. You're that Anna Fran who fainted in my arms during our very first anatomy class, right?
Why do you only remember the bad stuff about me? My image of you is filtered through like 10 layers of rose-colored glasses. That sweet smile you gave me while looking at the specimens in an antiseptic fluid, the calm way you handled emergencies when patients were on the brink of brain death, your passion for medicine. Miss Lechesis, you were amazing!
That
kind of boring and distant memory isn't worth holding on to, you know?
Not worth holding on to. You seriously underestimate your charm, Lechesis. And after you suddenly disappeared before graduation, it caused such a stir. It was one of the Academy's top 10 unsolved mysteries. Some say you went to work in Anchor Infinity's top secret lab. Others swear they saw you serving under the most brutal pirate captain. And some others claim you were spirited away by Director Eloise.
Seems we've reached the most exciting part of the story. Why stop now?
Oh, well, that last one's kinda dull compared to the others. And, your smile is getting a little scary. Okay, I'll say it. There was an anonymous post on the Academy forum claiming you left because you defended Director Eloise. It got taken down soon after. I guess even the poster realized they were talking nonsense. Everyone knows you're Director Eloise's favorite student, though. I even heard she became your legal guardian because your parents asked her to raise you into a brilliant doctor before they passed. Super touching.
Really? This is the first I've heard of it, too.
Of course! You probably just don't remember because you were so young at the time. She even said it herself on a talk show. I've watched those old interviews dozens of times. Still, it's strange. If you'd stayed by her side, someone as brilliant and kind as you would probably be a rising star at the lab by now, with a bunch of research achievements under your belt. We're talking about the woman who invented the special med for Starstone Syndrome. 99 out of 100 med students idolize her. When Starstone Syndrome first hit Kylo, the Or-Zero Zone was hit the hardest. The local doctors were at a complete loss. If Director Eloise hadn't personally gone to study it, who knows how catastrophic things might have been.
I've heard a lot of stories today that don't quite match my memory. Besides, I saw with my own eyes what my parents did for their patients. The doctors in the Or-Zero Zone were anything but helpless.
Your parents were doctors too? Wow, I never knew that. Wait, so the doctor friends she mentioned in that interview, the ones who asked her to look after their child, that was your mom and dad? Oh, Lechesis, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have dredged up something so painful. Still, it's such a pity. If your mom and dad had worked with Director Eloise back then, they might have co-created the special med.
I don't deny Eloise's talent, but now, even if that talent comes at the cost of innocent lives, can we really just accept that?
Director Eloise wouldn't do anything wrong. Why feel sorry for these people? Once the experiment succeeds, they'll be the first to benefit. For free, too. Compared to a life of endless pain, where they can't even afford a single painkiller, isn't it better to leave things to us? Even if there are some sacrifices, their selfless contributions will benefit everyone in Kylo. Isn't that a great cause?
Have you read the latest Seekers magazine? There's an article titled Equality in the Vast. It says we are children of the cosmos, all bathed in the same starlight.
But Brighton Zone's always looked shinier than the Or-Zero Zone, you know? And besides, what does that have to do with what we were just talking about?
Nothing really, just making conversation. It's been ages since we last made contact. I wonder if they've found Eloise's office yet.
Oh yeah, psst. Guess what? I heard the Outreach Bureau really messed up. Director Wilder tore into them in the meeting just now.
I thought she was yelling at the test group. They haven't delivered anything lately, and she's banking on this project to snag a promotion. Let's just lay low for the next few weeks.
Sounds like you found the detention cell. It's where they keep the failed test subjects. That's why the temperature is so low. Remember that injection fluid I mentioned earlier? That miracle medicine Helix Bio is so proud of? If it's not customized exactly to the patient's condition and dosage, this is the result. But they couldn't give up the huge profits, so they tailored treatments for the high-paying clients. That means using patients with similar features as test subjects first. Right. Just a heads up, I've noticed Eloise doesn't carry the storage bay key on her. She probably leaves it somewhere in her office. She's in a meeting right now, so you should have enough time to search her office.
You useless idiots all belong in a med-waste dump. The recent drop in incoming test subjects is definitely your fault.
What? Got it. Just hide somewhere and hang in there. I'll think of something. I found some anomalies in the sample data. I need to report them to the director now. I'll print the report and discuss our options with her. Please head back for now.
That wraps up the first scan for Y89. Thanks so much for your help, Miss Lechesis.
A momentary lapse. Do it again and you can say goodbye to your job. And your head.
Director Wilder.
Call me Eloise. Relax, dear. It's just the two of us here.
Eloise.
Brings back memories, doesn't it? I thought we'd never have a calm conversation again after you left Brighton. Honestly, I still don't really know why you left. Was it just a bit of teenage rebellion?
Maybe, could be the reagent ratios were off that day, or my lab coat had an annoying stain.
Such a cute excuse. I know that's not the real reason. But it's fine. We always move forward, right? What matters now is that I get to work with that brilliant little brain of yours again. So what brings you here? Shouldn't you be overseeing Y89's pre-op procedure right now?
That's actually what I came to report, but it seems like you've got something else going on?
No need to worry. It's just a minor glitch in the external information database. It'll be fixed shortly. And frankly, I'd rather hear about your interesting little problem than deal with those brain scan rejects.
Oh no.
Lechesis?
Ah, yes. About the rejection response report for test subject Y89. There are a few odd data points I'd like to confirm with you. If it's convenient, I'd prefer if you could come take a look at Y89 in person.
I'm afraid I still have a stack of application forms to approve, so I can't leave right now. Tell you what, if the data fluctuations are within controllable limits, go ahead and request a dose of the specified neurocom for Y89. Then run the pre-op again in a half an hour.
This is my first formal experiment since joining the project, and I want to be fully prepared. So, if you could provide on-site assistance, I think it would greatly improve the odds of success.
What a charming request. Very well. I'd be happy to offer a little extra help to my star student. However, can I take that remark just now as your formal application to join the lab?
An application? Director Wilder, what do you mean?
I've noticed all the time and effort you've dedicated to this project. So why not make the most of it? Use this as your stepping stone and officially join the lab. Isn't that the logical next move? What are you hesitating over? Credits? Test subjects? Staff? Equipment? I don't recall the Lechesis who'd performed surgery on herself being this indecisive.
I mean, if I agree, what exactly do I stand to gain?
Now that's the ambitious tone I like. Let your imagination run wild. But don't limit yourself to just a few shots of rare hormones and some high-end machines. No. Brighton Zone will provide you with everything you need for your research.
And what if I say no?
I can't imagine why you would. Besides, William and Liz wouldn't want you to make that kind of decision either.
This is my own decision. It has nothing to do with my parents.
Nothing to do with them. But weren't they the perfect cautionary tale?
What's that supposed to mean?
Seems they didn't tell you much about their time in Brighton, or what real support this place could have given them. Before they left Brighton to open that little clinic in the Or Zero Zone, we were truly at the height of our glory. Back when we were still students, we were offered internships at Helix Bio to join one of their research institutes on an important project. We had access to vast resources and time devoted entirely to specialized research. But then, after a temporary assignment to a project in the Or Zero Zone, they told me they'd grown attached to the place and felt obligated to save those poor patients. Just think about how ridiculous that sounds. Helping patients who probably couldn't even afford treatment? What's the point? And how arrogant. Did they really think they could accomplish anything remarkable without Brighton's resources backing them?
No, that's not true. At the very least, they helped countless patients during the Starstone Syndrome outbreak. Even though there was no precedent to guide them and none of the existing medications or treatment could ease the pain, the funeral bells in the Or Zero Zone never stopped ringing. But in just 2 months, they discovered a way to alleviate the symptoms. They gave patients the time they needed to wait for the special med. The death rate from Starstone Syndrome dropped dramatically. That's an achievement that can never be erased. My parents did everything they could.
And then what? Several months after their passing, I officially unveiled the treatment for Starstone Syndrome at the Helix Biolab in the Brighton Zone. If only they'd been willing to admit that leaving Brighton was a mistake, and that the Or Zero Zone was no place for experiments. If they'd accepted that my research plan was the correct one.
Your plan? What exactly was your research approach?
That doesn't matter anymore. What matters is, if they had just swallowed their pride and come back to Brighton, they could have shared in that glory. Their names could have gone down in history, right next to mine. If you've come to your senses, I expect to receive your application before this project is over. You're a smart one. I trust you'll make the right decision.
The right decision? Eloise left after receiving an emergency message. I don't know why, but I've got a bad feeling about this. What about your side? Caution is always a good thing, especially now. Alright, during yesterday's work chat, Eloise mentioned that she gave the password to another researcher for an important injection fluid study. If I remember correctly, that researcher's name was Carl Grimald. If I can track him down, maybe I can pry the password out of him. Something important? What did you find in the database? Something weird like Eloise secretly collecting scalpels or something? Wait, what are you talking about? That actually lines up with some of my memories. In the end, they collapsed from exhaustion at their posts. Wait, what? That's completely different from everything I've ever been told. But what kind of person would keep that research all this time and keep feeding me lie after lie? Have you ever heard of the starflower? My parents used to tell me that on our distant homeworld, there was a kind of blue flower with a special meaning. Undying idealism. When you're lost chasing your dreams, just watching those flowers sway in the wind could calm even the most restless heart. I always wanted to see a field of them with my own eyes. Because, honestly, I'm not as strong as you think. Back when I left Brighton, when I encountered complex cases I couldn't solve, when I heard about my parents' past failings, I thought about giving up more times than I can count. Anyway, thank you for telling me the truth.